never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is the first Wednesday in the year 2023, so of course that means it's time for our first top 10 countdown of the year. And speaking of the year, when somebody asks you what year it is, do you say 2023 or do you say 2023? Because I've heard both, and I've been hearing both for a while. I can recall going back to 2020, hearing folks say 2020 and some folks saying 2020. Because me personally, I say whichever one sounds more correct, whichever one rolls better off the tongue, and whichever one just makes more sense. And to me, 2023 sounds better than 2023. If you go back to the 90s, if somebody asked you what year it was, you didn't say 1995, you said 1995. So to me, 2023 sounds better than 2023. Now, when it was 2008, I thought 2008 sounded better than 2008. But now I think 2023 sounds better than 2023. But on to this week's Top 10 Countdown. If I've already done this Top 10 Countdown, I apologize, but I don't think I have. This week's Top 10 Countdown is going to be the top 10 most watched college football games from this past year. Now, I remember doing one on the top 10 all-time most watched bowl games, and I recall doing one about the top 10 most all-time watched games, but not a certain year, and this one is just from this past year. Number 10, Ohio State, Penn State, had 8.3 million viewers. Number 9, Alabama, Ole Miss, with 8.7 million viewers. Number 8, Kansas State and TCU had 9.4 million viewers. Now, of course, they played twice, but this particular game was the Big 12 championship game. Number 7, back to the opening week of the season, Notre Dame and Ohio State had 10.5 million viewers. And number 6 was Alabama and Texas with 10.6 million viewers. Again, real quick, 10 through 6 was Ohio State, Penn State, Alabama, Ole Miss, Kansas State, TCU, Notre Dame and Ohio State, and Alabama and Texas. And this is the most watched college football games from 2022. Number 5, Purdue and Michigan, 10.7 million. Number 4, LSU and Georgia, 10.9 million. Number 3, Alabama, Tennessee, 11.6 million. Number 2, Tennessee and Georgia, 13.1 million. And the most watched college football game from 2022, and it was not even close. Number 2 was 13.1 million as far as viewership. Number 1, 17.1 million. So it had 4 million more viewers than number 2. And number 1 was the big rivalry that wraps up the regular season, Michigan and Ohio State. Now, if you look back over that top 10, you'll notice that Ohio State and Alabama were on there 3 times. Ohio State made it in their games against Penn State, Notre Dame, and Michigan. And Alabama made it in their game with Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas. So you look over that, and whether it's fair or not, when you look over that, you realize how come Alabama and Ohio State are the 2 teams that generally get preferential treatment. And the reason is, whether you like them or you hate them, when they're on, people watch them. Whether it's you like them because you want to see them win, or you hate them and you want to see them lose, it doesn't matter. The point is, you watch them. And we know that sports, even though what happens on the field is straight up legit, we know that behind the scenes, it's all about the money, and you want the most possible money. And as you can tell, when Ohio State plays and when Alabama plays, people watch. And when people watch, the money comes in. So Ohio State made it 3 times, and Alabama made it 3 times. So next time you're talking to somebody, they want to know why Bama or Ohio State get treated differently, show them this list. Top 10 most watched college football games from 2022, and Ohio State and Alabama both made it on there 3 times. So people are watching them, and that's what is important. Any thoughts on this top 10 countdown, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you call a well-balanced horse? Stable. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.